10 toes down for what? What does that even mean? 10 toes down. Let's talk about that first. Let's get into the definition of what 10 toes down mean. 10 toes down. The definition that we have here, they are really dedicated to something. If you hear someone say they have their 10 toes down, it means they are really dedicated to something and devote all their time, energy, and support. I'm getting somewhere with this. I'm getting somewhere. The meaning of 10 toes down is actually way more complex, you think? And deep than that, you think? If a person has their 10 toes down, they are about humility, toughness, and integrity. Listen, it's your girl Kenya, and we are about to get beneath the scenes with Tubi movie 10 Toes Down. Listen, I ain't never wanted to float so bad. This y'all know your girl loves Tubi. Tubi all day. This movie right here and I had to get the directors this time. The directors, Tanjay Ayers. I know I butchered that one, and I feel you because people butcher my name too. Toenja, Tanja Ayers, Ayers, and Rocky Black. Y'all had me hot. Y'all had me wanting this to be my last Tubi movie, but I'm not gonna do it. Y'all not gonna get me down. Although this 10 toes down, let's get into it. 10 toes down. Let's get beneath the scenes with your girls. All right. Let's start off with the description. All right, and y'all know how your girl like to start off with the description. Because what? Plot twist or miss. 10 toes down. Kyra yearns for what the average woman wants: a loving spouse, a good job, and a comfortable life. But an impulsive decision unravels her foundation. That's not what this movie was about. Excuse me. Let me say, hold on, because I'm going to do it again. Plot twist is 10 toes down. Kyra yearns for what the average woman wants: a loving spouse, a good job, and a comfortable life. But an impulsive decision unravels her foundation. That's not what happened in the movie. Let me tell you what happened in the movie. And if you have not seen this movie, stop, do not pause, stop, do not pass, go, do not collect 200 keepsake dollars, because I'm about to break the entire movie down in a couple minutes. All right. So if you desire to go back and watch the movie, pause, save, come back to it. But if you trust your girl right here, if you trust your girl recap, let's get into it. 10 toes down. Kyra, yes. Kyra walked into a bookstore because she just joined a book club. Love book club. Oh, I miss my book club. I was in book club for about a good 12 years. Sisters Reed, shout out. This is in the beginning of the movie. She's in the book club picking up the book that she has to read for her book club. He's looking. He's lurking. He sees the book that she is reading. Let me tell you where it starts. He Googles the book that she has in her hand. My boy reads the Amazon description so that he can get a little info so that he can bring his way into the convo. Little info for the convo. So he bumps into her like, hey, he says something to the effect of that's good. She's like, oh, I have to read it, for book club. He starts breaking down the description like, oh, the end is going to piss you off. Because somebody in the comments, y'all see where you're going with this? Anyway, as we can see, that starts their dialogue right there. It's about the book. He pretends he reads the book. He says, hey, when you finish the book, maybe we should get together and talk about it. All right, here we go. That's number one. Number two, they find themselves at the same coffee shop. Wow, coincidence. Coffee shop. He says, hey, how'd you like that book? She's like, oh, I'm a few chapters in. They talk about the book. All right. The third time. Oh my goodness. Is this the only coffee shop in Detroit? No, it's not. But somehow they have the best coffee. Or maybe it's in the same perimeter. Whatever, because now you're a creep. Third time they meet at the coffee shop. Now they go outside for a walk. Here is another. I don't understand how people do. I don't like to use the word red flags, but because of the length of time, we're going to use the word red flags. I'll tell y'all what I said before, but right now, red flags. Number 2, I'm going to say strike. I don't know. Number 2, they go on this walk from the coffee shop. He starts disclosing all of this personal information. All the personal information. I said, not one man, and I have brothers, not brothers. Well, yes, I have a brother, but with his besties, those are my brothers. I have uncles, my dad, all of this. And I know not one of them on the third time running into a woman is going to overshare and disclose all of their childhood trauma over coffee. I'm going to sip on that one. Now, before this, in between the second and the third date, let's go back to Kyra is married. Kyra is married to Sean. I said I was going to remember names this time. Kyra is married to Sean. Now, Sean is what? Guess what? Because this has been the common theme. A mama's boy. This has been the common theme. A mama's boy. Now, Sean, Kyra knows she is not daughter-in-law of the year and that she does not like her mother-in-law. Well, this is a huge issue in their relationship. When we break down relationship dynamics in the Coach's Corner, we'll get there. But just follow me. Now, Sean comes home late and he misses date night because he had a family function. Kyra's like, hold on, you had a family function and your wife wasn't invited? He was like, I forgot. She's like, no, your mama don't like me. That's why I wasn't. The mom becomes a huge issue because Kyra comes home from work one day and guess who's in the kitchen? His mom, mother-in-law. She's like, how you get in here? Mama-in-law like, my key? What you mean how I get in here? She like, you got a key? Yes, my son gave me the key. So there's some exchange there, a really soft, nasty exchange is what I like to call it. And the mom basically says that, hold on, because when you were in nursing school, my son was the one that paid for the money this is my son's house. And, my son was the one that worked 2 shifts to pay this house off. And sometimes I reached in my purse. She said, when you reach in your purse, don't worry about it. So then mother-in-law goes on to say, so technically this is our house. Excuse me. Our house. And so I can have a key. What? Kyra addresses it with her husband. Kyra definitely addresses it with her husband. Her husband name is Sean. I said, yes, her husband name is Sean. Kyra addresses it with Sean. Now, my man Sean, although he's a mama's boy, Sean did a thing. Sean called his mom and he said, hey, mom. It was a little tremble in his voice. You could tell Sean didn't want to do it, but Sean understands that he's a married man. So Sean said, hey, mom, next time you want to come over, can you not just drop by? Let me know, call before, and, I'll let my wife know that you're coming by. The mom says, oh, okay. No problem. The mama say, oh, something going on. Mom goes over there next day with some groceries and said, hey, did you know I was coming? She said, yes, because guess what? The mom did a thing. The mom called the husband and said, hey, I'm going to come by and drop by some groceries. Husband let the wife know. Now we're good. We have an understanding. Y'all just wait. All right. No, you can't, because here we go. Did I put that plot twist or miss? Because it's definitely a plot twist or miss. I want to stop there and let y'all know that it's about to be a plot twist and miss. Okay. Now, after that, where was I? So by the third coffee date, we're now James, that is his name. James is now oversharing. Guess who else decides to overshare? Mm-hmm. And guess what she decides to overshare? It starts off with her childhood trauma as well, but then it goes into her marriage. Oh, ooh, my marriage, my husband. So now James is also married to Aubrey. Understand that? Here we go. So now we're oversharing about how our marriage sucks. So James wants to take it a little further. He puts the hand on the thigh. And she asked to go out on a date. She said, I'm sorry, do you not know? We are both married. He's like, yes. But are you happy? Ugh. That's not throwing that information back up. She like, why you do that? He like, check this out. You not happy. You're unhappily married. Take my phone number. Holler. And he leaves. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get back up into this. I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm gonna speed it up, not wrap it up. I'm gonna speed it up. So guess what? Needless to say, her husband Sean makes her upset again, and now she texts old boy. Now they're texting. They're in this emotional relationship, and it's going 2 months. Then it jumped. So now, because remember, Sean, he kept missing date nights because he was with his family. The wife was not invited. Well, now Sean is coming home. He's apologizing. Oh, but she's too busy texting James. So she's like, don't worry about it. Now she's making up things like, I'm going to read my book. She starts to change her routine. She starts to change. Sean's like, okay. Mm-hmm. Now they're meeting at this coffee shop regularly. There's a coffee worker there, and she's noticing, like, hold on, there's a shift here. There's a shift here. Everyone is noticing that there's a shift here. Now, let's go to James and his wife, because remember, James is married. We cut to a scene where James is at home with his wife. This is our first introduction to Aubrey. It looks as if they're at a nice dinner at home and they're eating, but it's very uncomfortable. It's very, very uncomfortable. They're trying to have small talk. How was work today? All this good stuff. It looks like it's a decent conversation. Something's not right about Aubrey. Aubrey's uncomfortable. Then she's telling him about her day, and she's saying, I went outside today and I had fun with my friend. And I'm thinking, like, this doesn't sound normal. This doesn't sound like a husband and a wife discussion. So she expresses how she had a great time with her friend in therapy, and he says, well, that's good. So that means your anxiety and depression didn't kick in yet. It was something to that effect, y'all. Again, this is my version, though. But he brought that up, and it's like, wow. So then she further says, well, don't let those outings be normal. You don't need a therapist. All you need is to get out every now and then. All you need is be in this house. Oh, so now we're starting to see how his relationship and how his marriage is unraveling. Horrible. Horrible. And then she's like, so what did you eat today? This part, what did you eat today? She said, oh my gosh, I had some meat, fruit, and toast. And that was breakfast, and I'm eating now. And she's like, oh, okay, well, next time lay off the toast. And matter of fact, give me the bread right there. We see where this is going. That's not even the plot twist or miss, y'all. I'm just trying to give you context on how now we see the relationship dynamics. Boom. Doesn't want her to go to therapy anymore. Obviously, the wife has some things going on. She needs to go to therapy. He's having this affair with Kyra. He's having an affair with Kyra. It cuts to a scene where they are in her house. Her house. Her and her husband's house. Kyra and James. Yes, y'all heard me. Not Kyra. Kyra and James. She done brought the man to the house. All right. She's asking, when are you going to leave your wife? When are you going to leave your wife? Of course he says, oh, just I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working with a lawyer. I can't. I'm a retired boxer. He was a retired boxer. I'm a retired boxer and I don't want to be broke when I leave. All right. Heard it all before. We go there because again, we still not even to the plot twist or mess. Now, then we go from there. 2 months go by. Aubrey is still in therapy. Guess what, y'all? Guess who's Aubrey therapist? The mother-in-law. Because this is when Tubi start Tubiing. The mother-in-law is the wife's therapist. Y'all see where this plot twist or miss is going, okay? Plot twist or miss. It's the therapist. She is sitting there, and because now she's secretly seeing her, she gives her a pink journal. She says, look, write down all of your thoughts and everything because you're building yourself up, self-improvement. Write down everything like your journal and make sure that it is safe where no one can find it. Well, he cannot find it. There's no one because this man isolated her where he cannot find it. She takes it, she goes. All right. Now, oh my God, it's so much. When I tell you I never wanted to just stop watching a Tubi movie, maybe I will tell you this. Go back and watch it because I am not even giving it any justice with mine because I was so in a rage this entire movie. All right. So anyway, boom, we see that she goes to therapy, blah, blah, blah. Now, therapy has, because we got to twist this around. Oh, no. Back it up. All right. They bump into each other. When I say they, I mean the two wives. Kyra and Aubrey bumps into each other in a department store. Says nothing. Kyra phones drops. It's a picture of her and James on the screen. Aubrey sees it. She says nothing. Apparently, Kyra knows who the wife is because she tells James, like, I'm done with you. I'm over it. I saw your wife. You lied about something, blah, blah. He's like, you didn't see my wife. She's like, I stalked your Instagram enough to know what your wife looks like. We all just playing games around here. You bumped into each other. Didn't nobody say nothing. Now, I'm not saying it should have been a confrontation. It should have been a woman-to-woman situation. I'm not saying that. But plot twist or miss. Because now James is hot. This is where he said, I can't even say this is where the movie took it where it is, because again, I'm telling y'all this entire movie. When she was ready to end it, yes, when Kyra was ready to end her affair with James, she was like, what did she say? She said, my husband, no, she said something about his wife. No, he said that he was leaving his wife loyal. I don't remember what it was, but however it got to this, he said, no, my wife would never do this to me. My wife would never be disloyal to me, and my wife would never open her legs up to another man. He said that to Kyra, the very person that is doing all of that with him. Talk about, now I know I for one hate the word narcissistic. I for one am irritated and annoyed with how the word narcissist is being overused, because narcissist is a disorder. There are some traits and things like this, but when you see movies like this, Tubi, Tanjay in Rocky Black, that piss me off like this, that was some narcissistic stuff, because he said what he said. All right, so then now she's trying to get away from him, because she's trying to get away from him, and he's like, no. He goes home to his wife. Now, at this point, that little pink book that the therapist gave her some balls, because she blurts out. When I tell you this lady was timid, wife, he just had her just locked in, cage, manipulated everything, mind effed, all of that. She got some balls in that little pink journal, because she yelled out, I want a divorce. He said, what? He said, you want to what? She went down the line. As you can see, women empowerment. I want peace. You haven't did this. All you do is cheat. Blah blah blah. He said, no, I don't. I've been here with you since we were together in high school. And she was just like, but we're not it. Like, and he said he wasn't cheating. She threw the pictures. At that point, he said, so you're not leaving me. He said, we have been together. We have been together since high school. Ups and downs. I don't care what these pictures say. Like, he went dramatic mode. He went tears. He went all of that. And then he told her, because she was fighting, she was verbally fighting back. There was no physical thing going on. I mean, she had found her voice. She was giving it to him like, I am leaving. This is not it. I want out. And he said, the only way you're going to leave is if you in the body bag. And she tried to leave, and he unalived baby girl. He unalived Aubrey. He suffocated Aubrey with a pillow. I'm telling y'all, if I'm going to ruin this. So go back or hang on and trust my recap. He unalived. He suffocated her with a pillow, and then, but he saw the pink notebook. He put it in the drawer. Wait, no, that I'm jumping because hold on, pin in that. So now he calls Kyra. All he says to Kyra is, I need you here now. At first she was like, man, whatever. He said now, right now. And she goes. And Aubrey's laying on the bed dead. Now, that's when he says, oh my God, I told her I was leaving you. And she went crazy and killed herself. That's what he told her. Yes, he did. And she said, it's okay, baby. Don't worry about it. We'll make it like a suicide. Where are her pills? So in the midst of him looking for pills to stage the suicide, she sees that he sees the notebook and hides it in the drawer. They get the pills. She tries to shove them down her throat, whatever, make it look like a suicide attempt. He leaves, go alibi, and he gets a text message. Oh, she stages it to where she texts him from his phone and says, like, make it a suicide attempt. He goes back. Blah, 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 blah. Now, getting somewhere, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this movie, it kind of, because plot twist or miss. There's an anonymous tip from a phone that said, anyway, they get to the house and they stages this as a suicide because the anxiety and the depression, they went that route. Anyway, so Aubrey has the funeral and they don't see each other, but Kyra's like, oh my God, baby, I miss you. He's like, oh, we gotta lay low. So then the cops get an anonymous tip to look into Kyra Brooks for the murder of Aubrey, which is James's mistress. Cops come to the door. Husband confused. Husband yells out, who is Aubrey? I don't know. I'm not cheating on you. How sad is that? That it's immediately on the man. Because she's sitting up there stuck because she already know. They go search the warrant. They find Aubrey's pill bottle and her wedding ring in Kyra's shoe because she took it. I forgot to tell y'all that. She took it at the scene. Why? Why did you take that at the scene? Whatever. They arrest Kyra. James is nowhere to be found. They arrest Kyra. James hires a lawyer for Kyra. She's supposed to be the baddest lawyer in Detroit. The baddest, never missed a case. The lawyer said, you want me to take Kyra, the one that they're really good friends, the one that murdered your wife? He said, please trust me. Take this case. She takes the case. Now, Kyra is in jail for murder of Aubrey. James is nowhere. I'm not saying he's nowhere to be found, but he's not saying nothing. Sean goes to visit his wife in the jail cell. This girl comes out. Her hair is still freshly pressed. She cocky. She with it, like, she picks up the phone. I can't even make this up. Now, this part I remember clear as day. She picks up the jail phone and goes, "What's up, Sean?" To your husband when you behind bars? I said, "You are way too cocky for me being behind bars, facing murder." She said, "What's up, Sean?" He said, "You have got to get it together and stop covering up for this guy. Like this clown, this loser, you're about to go to jail for something you didn't even do." Oh, she was cocky with it. She was on the phone like, "It's cool, I got it. Like, don't worry about it. I ain't doing nothing. He got me. That's my man." The husband said, "Yo, what? That's your man." He said, "Have you lost your mind? You are about to." She was cocky, y'all. Sean was hurt. He said, "I love you, but if you keep covering up for this clown, I am out." She said, "Bye." Again, you in orange around there. You keep that same energy, boo. So then we go. Now she got a burner phone. She excited. She got a burner phone. James on the burner phone, like, "Baby, don't worry. Baby, don't go. Baby, don't worry. I got it. I just got Aubrey's insurance money. We millionaires. We gonna get you out. Don't worry about it." She's like, "Bet, okay." She walks in the courtroom the next day. Hair still freshly pressed. She's in her orange. That opening statement from the prosecutor. Oh, I was ready. I was ready to guilty because she ate her. She opened it up something with something about the side piece being a delusional side piece. That opening statement was it. So then her lawyer come in. That opening statement, I said, was that even opening? Did nothing. Even Kyra was confused. She said, "What? What happened?" The entire trial, Kyra's lawyer said nothing. And Kyra is sitting up there like, "Are you going to defend me?" What's this? She trying to play it off like, "Don't worry, don't worry. Let me do my job. Let me do my job." She get back to the cell on the burner phone like, "James, the lawyer not doing nothing. Like, what are you?" And he, "Let her do her job. Let her do her job. Let her do her job." It's almost at the end, y'all, because y'all see plot twist or miss. Then, blah, blah, blah. She goes and now, 2 months, bail was denied. 2 months later, it's back to the trial. Oh, now her hair not freshly pressed. Oh, it's messy. It's messy. That just, she don't have that same energy no more. And guess what? Throughout the whole trial, again, her lawyer says nothing to defend her. She is silent. Guess who gets called to the stage? Yes, the mother-in-law. Kyra is confused because she don't know where any of these witnesses are. She said, "Why is my mother-in-law here?" Mother-in-law gets on stage. She said a word or two and said that she knew about the affair. She knew about Kyra. She told the therapist. And that was it. I was like, and then they asked, "Any questions?" She said, "No further questions." What? Excuse me, y'all. But then from there, guess who else gets called to the stage? Yes, y'all guessed it. James gets called to the stage. When I tell you, Kyra thought that James gets on that stage and he sits up there with the tears crying. He said that he loved his wife. He don't know why. He only saw that girl. He met her at the coffee shop one time. Here go the tears. He met her at the coffee shop one time. He only had sex with that girl one time. He didn't know that it would do this. He loved his wife. Kyra is, I'm like, everybody. Needless to say, because woo, she was guilty. No, she was guilty, but I'm sorry, because I keep jumping. After that, hold on, after that, because I be jumping, y'all, but don't, again, we're going to go back. After she was on stage, guess who comes back to visit her? Sean. I said, "Sean, get out of here," but now she raggedy. I said, "No, keep that same energy." She is boohoo crying. "Sean, I need you. James didn't do this. I need you." Sean, like, "What you want me to do?" She like, "Please, please, Sean, I need you. I need you." I said, "Sean, leave." Sean, but now Sean is unbothered, and now she is so bothered. Then Kyra tells Sean about the pink book. She's like, "It's this pink book. I promise you, if you find it, you can go and it can keep me free." He said, "All right." I'm going to show up tomorrow morning with that pink book in the courtroom. We're going to get you out. Next morning, Kyra go in there with that pep in herself. She still look a hot mess. She got that pep. Guess what? Sean come up in there. He got a pink book. He in there. And then she gets sentenced. Sean walks out. He don't deliver the pink book. She does. Confusion. She gets sentenced. The lawyer leaves. Everybody leaves. Confusion is in the air. All right. We go back. We see that Sean, now James, because here we go, plot twist to miss, we get to the end. James hops in the car because everybody set up. Now at this point you can see everybody set everybody up. This is the whole setup. Everybody set Kyra up. Everybody set Kyra up. James pulls up. Guess who he with? The lawyer. Baby, now we can be together. He pays off the lady that was the head of the jury. He sees Sean. Sean waves with the pink notebook. Go on. Everybody in it. Sean goes home. Sean takes a camera from his kitchen, tosses it in the trash can, a blank pink notebook, tosses it in the trash can, as well as the burner phone, tosses in the trash can, goes in the living room. Guess who is in their house? His mama. His mama says, you did the right thing. Sean is hurt. Now, that's the thing about it. Sean is hurt. But the mama was like, I told you. She was nothing. I told you. So the mama, like I have felt, was the one that sent the anonymous text about looking into Kyra for the murder of Aubrey. And now the mama told the son, like, well, no, the son's like, well, what are you going to do? Because he's getting away with murder. She says, don't worry about it. When I feel that she got enough time for breaking my son's heart, I'll go after him, because she had the original pink book with all of Aubrey's thoughts that could convict him. And that's how the movie ends, y'all. Kind of, sort of. Y'all can see why I was hot. That was a whole recap. I can't believe I just recapped that whole movie in 30 minutes. I usually don't. This whole recap be left. Anyway, forget about that, because we here now. Plot twist or miss. Because let's go back to what this 10 toes down. Kyra yearns for what the average woman wants: a loving spouse, a good job, a comfortable life. But an impulsive decision unravels her foundation. What was the impulsive decision? There was no impulsive decision. You disclosed you overshared with a man that you met in a coffee shop just because he was a little charismatic, because you were upset that your husband was a mama's boy. That's why. So, plot twist or miss, all of that, because what? Character clapback, y'all. Let's dive into it. Who do I want to start with? Let's just start with Kyra. Forget it, because this is where it started. Kyra, baby girl, I understand. Listen, I deal with clients all the time. I understand the issues that you could have been facing. I understand the challenges, the mama's boy, but what you did not have and what you did not do is give your husband Sean the benefit of the doubt. I understand. Maybe this has been going on for a while. You have definitely addressed it a number of times. We're not dismissing that, Kyra. But what we are saying is that give your husband credit, because what he did do when you asked him about the key is he did call his mom. And he did tell his mom. He set a boundary. That is what we all want someone to do for us. If I bring it to you, please set a boundary. He set that boundary. That wasn't enough for you. That was not enough for you. Now, I want to, let's see. No, I'm going to interchange it, because we cannot skip without going straight into my relationship dynamic. I want to talk about that, right? So that was that one dynamic, the dynamic of the husband and the wife, where yes, the husband, there are mama's boys out there, that there are a lot of husbands that are stuck between their moms and their wives. It is a challenge that happens. But that dynamic right there, my boy Sean tried. he did his part. He did. Now, whether it took a while, whether what, he did his part. It did not warrant for Kyra to, on the third, and I'm not even calling it a date because this wasn't even a date, on the third time bumping into a lurker coincidentally at the same, that did not warrant Kyra to overshare and disclose her unhappiness with her husband, because she was not unhappy in her marriage. That's where a lot of people get mad. You're not unhappy. Well, not, that's not, I'm not, in this case, she was not unhappy in her marriage. She was unhappy with her husband about this particular thing that could definitely be fixed. Dynamics, though, that mama knew. I go through the many different levels of a mama's boy and the many different types of mama's boys, but there is also the one that mama know, and that mama knew, and that mama was there for her son, and she did what she had to do. Because let me tell y'all something about that mama. As soon as when that man called and set that boundary, that mama said, hold on, that wife is something, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Friendship dynamics, because I like to talk about that too. We had where she had her homegirl, and her homegirl gave her some sound advice. It's not worth it. The cheating is not worth it. Yes, I cheated on my husband cheated on me. We went to therapy and we worked it out. This is what it is. It was not one of those typical discussions amongst women where she was like, girl, how was it? Was it good? No. That was a nice one. All right. Are we done with the dynamics? Well, since I'm done, because it wasn't that many character or relationship dynamics to touch on, so that's why that. Let's jump back and mix them all together with a plot twist, miss. Because bringing it back to the mama, what we find out, because I believe, like I said, that the mom was the one that sent the anonymous text. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring it back to the lady in the coffee shop. The lady in the coffee shop tried to warn Kyra. Took Kyra, since we're back at dynamics, took Kyra to the side and said, hey, I see that you guys are having an affair. Kyra got what? Offended? I don't know what you're talking about. She said, hey, I was Aubrey's friend, and he's doing this. Like, be careful. Don't say I'm trying to warn you. Kyra went off on the little coffee girl, like, mind your business. The little coffee girl tried to warn her. Kyra didn't listen. So that's how you know Kyra was all too gone. And I'm really confused on why Kyra was all too well gone. Hold on, we'll get back to that. Relationship dynamics, the mama's boy. We come to find out that the mom was the one that found out about the affair first, because she pulled up to what she said was their house, and she saw that man James coming out of their house. She was over it then. She said, oh, this man coming out of my house. So that day that we saw when she came over with those groceries, the mom put some cameras in the house. The mama had been watching for her son's sake. That relationship dynamic right there. That's what happened. So the mom did all of this for her baby boy. She knew it. Let's get to the coach's corner. All of this because a woman was not satisfied or could not have the patience to allow her husband to take care of a situation that was manageable. Now, the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law thing, it is a real thing. It most definitely is a real thing. But it's so much more than that, right? It is easy to say, oh, it's just because she was mad at the mother-in-law. This is why the Coach's Corner, I want us to dig a little deeper into this, because it's not about that. It's just really about when people are unsatisfied and they do not know how to angle or channel that unsatisfaction. Y'all see where I'm going with this. It's late. That they tend to, now this is where we go here, an impulsive decision unravels her foundation. Now we can get back into say that's what happened. Now we can say that's what happened. Now the fact Kyra yearns for what the average woman wants, we can talk about that because did she had it. She had it. A loving spouse, a good job, and a comfortable life. But an impulsive decision unravels her foundation. Where did that? They kept mentioning childhood trauma. They kept mentioning how her mom, and the thing about Sean is that he told Kyra when she was behind, when he visited her in prison the first time when she had that cocky energy. He told Kyra, what are you doing? You cannot blame this on your childhood traumas because of all of the things that you've overcome. You went to nursing school, you graduated from nursing school, you overcame X, Y, and Z, and you married me. We have a home, all of that. And she said, what? That little house? She belittled that man all because of this impulsive decision with James that he didn't even promise her. He didn't even show her. So that's what I wanted to get back because Kyra, baby girl, you did all of now usually in the Tubi movies, right? In the other Tubi movies, the girls get real gullible for a man, for a dope boy that wines and dines them, buy him a condo, put him up, take him on shopping sprees down to little Detroit, out of the mall. I don't know. That's not what happened in 10 Toes Down. He was coming to her house that she shares with her husband. I don't even think she ever went to his house. He was not showing her the lavish lifestyle. You were 10 toes down for what? Kyra, this goes beyond. This is one of those things that a little bit of pleasure brings a whole lot of pain. Because you needed that satisfaction in the moment. You needed that itch in the moment. And it was 2 months. 2 months. And now this man's wife is unalive just because she wanted out. You in jail for the rest of your life because you listened to everything that this man said and you went along with it. You were upset with your husband because he was a mama's boy. And now you in jail for life over something that you did not do. Women, we got to be more careful with how we channel our emotions, how we release our emotions. We have got to be careful. Men, let's go with the director's angle. I see what she was trying to do. I don't know. Well, yes, I do. She highlighted the very thing that I just said. A little bit of pleasure brings a whole lot of pain. And not only that, you do not understand how everything affects everybody around you. Everybody around you. Kyra, your mother-in-law. And then, of course, yes, the movie. How's everybody connected? How the mother-in-law ended up the wife's therapist. How are we intertwined in that? But hey, that just for the movie's sake, I'm with it. Because it's how you affect everybody that's around you. And not only that, trusting, oversharing, trust and promise were 2 words that were used throughout this the entire time. Trust, oversharing, all of that. He was so manipulative. Nothing that he said was true. He was not an honest person, but because she went off of what she felt she was lacking, she drew into that. And it was all too real for her. And she stayed what? 10 toes down, y'all. Popcorn predictions and reality check before we get out of here. My popcorn predictions when I was thinking 10 toes down, I was thinking some ride or die stuff. He just looking at it, I'm thinking ride or die, got caught up in some Tubi was Tubi and got caught up in some drug murder. I knew there was gonna be some, but I didn't predict this. I did not predict that Aubrey was going to be unalive. I knew somebody was going to get set up. I mean, I had my popcorn predictions. It was just, wow. What I did not think that Sean was going to be a part of it. And he wasn't. He was not until he was. And it still wasn't as deep. He was deeply hurt. He was a part of it, but he wasn't in on it, if that makes sense. But that mama, now she going after him for the actual murder. But you see how the murder, she was not looking for justice for Aubrey. She was looking for justice for her son's heart. Her son's heart. That's the reality check. She was not looking for justice for Aubrey. Now, she will eventually. That was not her first because she said, we're going after him after Kyra gets punished first. You don't go for the murderer. Her son's heart. 10 toes down. I don't want to be 10 toes down, y'all. I don't want to do it. Let's go back to the definition. They are really dedicated to something. She was 10 toes down. She was definitely dedicated to this man for some odd reason. Not even an odd reason. If you hear someone say they have their 10 toes down, it means they are really dedicated to something and devote all of their time, energy, and support. The meaning of 10 toes down is actually way more complex and deep than that, and deeper. I guess that's what it said. This is probably one of them urban dictionaries, but y'all feel where I'm going with it. If a person has their 10 toes down, they are about humility, toughness, and integrity. That we're going to remove that line. And we're going to stick with they're really dedicated to something, because she was 10 toes down, dedicated to him. All the energy and the support she was after 2 freaking months. Ooh, all right. Y'all, let me know. We just got beneath the scenes with your girl, Kenya. Oh my goodness. Comment, subscribe, like, share. If y'all trust your girl, review, recap, comment. Let me know what's going on. But still, even so, this one made me mad. I'm not going to watch this one again. I looked up the directors to see what other movies they were attached to, just so that I cannot watch those movies again. They made me mad. I'm just playing. I might. I might. Let me know. If not, if you have time, if you want to watch the movie, go back and watch this one. Come back to this review and comment. Talk to me. I'll talk back. Until next time, let's get beneath the scenes with your girl, Kenya. See you.